Hello, everybody. Let's see. Welcome to week 4. Okay, so we have a few housekeeping things that we're going to go through real fast before we actually talk about what's going on the rest of this week. I've kind of graded all the discussion posts at this point, so there's a few things that I think would bear reminding people of. So first thing is, please keep in mind that I understand that when you do your discussion posts, that they're not a formal writing assignment, but you're writing to your peers and you're writing to me. So please don't start with your discussion post with a quotation or just kind of numerically listing off things. You need to kind of have one or two sentences kind of leading into it. And then you're certainly, obviously you need your in-text citation. And then if you need to list things off numerically, that's fine. But just kind of start off that way, not good. So please don't do either one of those things. Let's see, what else? Okay, we're talking about word count. Because sometimes I hear people will make the comment in emails back to me about I can only do 100 words. Well, you can actually do more than 100 words. As I've said before, please don't write War and Peace. But the 100 words is just kind of a guideline. If you fall short of that a little bit, like in the high 90s, 95 or so, then I'm not going to dock points. If you fall way short of that, yes, I'm going to dock points. It's really hard to answer any of our questions in anything less than 100 words. It just can't be done. Not and have it be a solid, articulate kind of answer that we're looking for at the graduate level. The same with your responses when you respond to your peers. It needs to be 50 words or more. Also, I'm not looking for War and Peace when you respond to your peers, but at the same time, you need to make your point. Another side note to that is, in both of those areas, when you do your original posting or when you're responding, please make sure that you stay on task. I haven't had this problem yet this semester, but in semesters past, we've had people who kind of go rambling off into distant spots that I have no idea, and that has nothing to do with the topic. So please keep that in mind, that your responses and your original posts need to stay on target. Read the question, answer the question, and please don't be trying to travel to other planets, because traveling to another planet is not going to help your score. Let's see, what else? Oh, okay. Also, for the in-text citation, for the APA citation part of the score that you get every week, there are two parts to that. One of it is an in-text citation. The other one is a full-text citation at the bottom of each of your original discussion post. So please make sure that you're providing both of those items. If you provide one, yay, but you need both of them in order to get full points. Let's see, what else? This past week, I got a couple of emails, people saying, you said you posted grades, but I can't see my grade. All that happens is that sometimes I get, the phone will ring or somebody will walk into my office and I've had to click save. But then sometimes I forget to go back and publish your grade. So you just need to email me and say, hey, I can't see my grade. And I'll go back in and fix it. With that said, if you have questions about your grade, I try to provide comments, especially if I'm deducting points. I try to be very specific about why it is I'm deducting points. But if you have questions, please, don't feel intimidated. Email me and say, okay, well, this is what I was thinking, and this is kind of why I did that. In some cases, I have given back points if I understand where somebody's coming from. Maybe I didn't explain things in a way that they would understand it. As I said, sometimes I think something is as clear as a sunshiny day, and sometimes it's as clear as mud. So keep that in mind. And boy, was that mixing metaphors, but I think my point was made there. So, okay. Let's see. Okay. So when we have, as you know, we have two groups. So reading the discussion posts between the groups is very interesting because they're very different in many ways. But one of the key things that I found interesting, and I can't remember which group it was talking about basically getting away from the circulation desk and kind of doing what they called, I guess, the secondary kind of reference questions that you should ask. And I found that interesting because if you don't get up and move away from the circulation desk and go help a student find something, you may be missing a lot of opportunities. So keep that in mind. If you're working with your students, either in a small group or one-on-one, any extra time that you can spend with them in that environment instead of just in a full class environment. I understand if you are the only person in the library, that whole bonding experience is very different for you. But if you have the luxury of having a full-time assistant, keep that in mind that you need to try to go out and spend as much either small group or one-on-one time with your students, and that will certainly help them. It'll help them think positively about the library, about you, and that is just a win-win all the way around. Okay, so for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be doing reference interviews. If this week you're supposed to be focusing on the school one and the public one. So if you haven't done those are 30 minutes each. Remember, all 4 interviews are not due until next Sunday. So that is actually what's supposed to go in the discussion post for this week, but I extended the deadline for all 4 of those. So, but please, when you do the public one and the school one observations, that you put them in module 4 discussion post, and then when you do the reference one and the academic or the university library, those will go in discussion post for module 5. If you forget and things get mixed up, I will work it out. I may have a few questions. You may get an email from me saying, hey, you forgot to turn this in, and you may have to remind me that it's in one of the other modules, but we will work that out. So, okay. So I guess that's it for this week. Like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. Have a good day.